Hey boys and girls, I hope that you're having a great week. It is time for shared reading with Miss Johnson once again. So today we're going to be doing something a little bit different during shared reading, and you're going to need your journal. So in that packet that your mom or dad or grandma or aunt picked up from the school, there was a black and white journal in it, and in that journal the pages look a lot like this. There's room for you to draw a picture in the top, and there's room for you to write things at the bottom. So if you do not have that journal in front of you or close by you, if you want to pause this video and go grab that really quickly, you will need that for today. Okay, so yesterday we read a story, and that story was called Tip and Tam. Does everybody remember that? And after this video, you need to go back to Tuesday's story to find Tip and Tam. You can do that, but I'm going to talk you through it, and I'll be using it as an example today, so don't worry about that just yet. Okay, so boys and girls, while we're reading a story, or in every story, there is a plot. Can you say that word with me? Plot. And plot is what happens at the beginning of the story, what happens in the middle of the story, and what happens at the end. And I always tell my boys and girls when they're in class with me is that when we tell a story, it's important for us to tell it in order of the way that it happened. For example, if I was going to tell you how to go make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I wouldn't tell you to spread the peanut butter on the bread and then go get the bread from the cabinet and then add the jelly to the sandwich, would I? That wouldn't make sense, and that would not be how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I'm going to say first you need to go get the loaf of bread from the cabinet, pull out 2 pieces. Then you're going to add your peanut butter on one slice of the bread, and then finally you're going to add the jelly to the other side of the bread, put it together, and eat it. Usually the end is the best part. We can do that same thing when we are retelling stories. So we're going to focus on the plot today. What happened in the beginning of Tip and Tam, what happened in the middle of Tip and Tam, and what happened at the end. So I'm going to walk you through what I want you to do in your journal, and it's going to be very, very easy. So just stick with me, okay? All right, open to the next blank page in your journal. And when you do that, when you find a good page that doesn't have anything on it, what I want you to do first is I want you to take your pencil and I want you to draw a line from the top of your journal down to the writing line. So you kind of have a section just right here. And then we're going to do the same starting at the top and going down. So now I have a section for the beginning, the middle, and the end. Do you see that? Now make this very nice and neat. All of us first grade teachers are very picky, and we like nice and neat journals. And we'll show you that more when you get to school and you get to learn with us, okay? All right, so that we stay organized, we're going to label our first part as a B for the beginning of the story. And then we're going to label the middle part as an M for the middle of the story. And then we're going to label a L for the last part of the story. Or you can even put an E for the end, whichever one you want to call it. The beginning, middle, and end, or the beginning, middle, and last, whichever one of those letters that you want to choose. Okay? All right, now that you have that much, now I'm going to warn you, Miss Johnson is a terrible drawer, but I'm going to do the very best I can drawing a picture for you today. All right, if you remember in the story that we read together, Tip and Tam started out where all the boys and girls are playing. They're playing out together in the yard. They're having a very good time, and we noticed that the leaves are starting to fall on the ground, and in fact, those friends start to rake those leaves all together. Do you remember that? All right, so at the beginning of the story, what I'm going to do, and I won't have as many colors as you, but I'm going to draw a picture of what's going on at the beginning of the story. So I'm going to start with drawing my 4 friends that are playing together. Remember, they were high-fiving each other and having a really good time. So I'm going to put smiles on their faces. And again, you can do a way better job of Miss Johnson. And you may want to draw this after the video so that you have more time to add a lot of details. All right, I know that they were outside in the yard, so I'm going to give it some grass and show that detail. And then also, I don't want to forget that the season was fall, so I'm going to choose my red, and I'm going to draw some leaves like they're falling on the ground. So I'm going to remember that, because remember, they even take it. I'm going to have to draw a blue bag so you can see it, but I'm going to draw a bag like the boys and girls had in the story, and then I'm going to draw some leaves in it. Okay, they were raking it, they had bags of leaves, they were playing. All this has happened at the beginning of the story, okay? All right. Oh, you know what I forgot? I gotta draw Tip and Tam. Tip and Tam are also there. Oh, let's use black for Tip and Tam. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna draw some ears on my dog. Draw a tail. Okay, and for the cat, I'm going to draw some pointy ears. Okay, here's Tip and Tam. Okay, there we go. All right, so the beginning of the story, this is what's happening. They're all playing together in the yard. But then, in the middle of the story, remember what those 2 goobers did? They went and jumped in that bag of leaves. You remember what problem that caused? They couldn't find them anywhere. They're going, where are Tip and Tam? And look at them back here. Crazy, crazy animals. So let's draw that. Let's draw our bag of leaves once again, because remember now we're in the middle of the story. I'm telling what happened in the middle. Might draw some leaves in the bags. Remember, Miss Johnson is not an artist, but you get the idea. Okay? All right, now. Here I'll add my dog again. Tip and Tam have made it to the bag of leaves, and they are hiding in there. Okay? Now, I might even draw Tip and Tam's friends with a surprise look on their face. Maybe like their mouths open, because they're going, oh my goodness, where are Tip and Tam? You can see his mouth is open, and they're really thinking, where have our pets gone? Okay, and then we move to the end of the story where they realize the bag of leaves has gotten really big, and guess who? Yes, Tip and Tam were found in the bag. So I'm going to draw that for the end of my story. Okay, again, I will draw the bag of leaves with Tip and Tam hiding inside. Oh, my kitty cat got cut off a little bit right there. That's okay. With our animals hiding inside, and I'm going to draw Tip and Tam's friends. And I'm going to draw them smiling this time because they found them in the bag. Okay? All right, boys and girls, did I tell that story in order? Did I do a good job of telling you what happened in the story of Tip and Tam? I hope so, but guess what? Now it is your turn. If you did not get to draw a story of Tip and Tam, that's okay. And if you did, that is great as well. That will just give you extra practice. So what I'm going to do is, after you finish this video, underneath there's going to be another video. And that story is called Lacey Walker, Nonstop Talker. This is one of Miss Johnson's most favorite books. We love this book in first grade. So what you'll do is you'll listen to the story about Lacey Walker, Nonstop Talker, and then you're going to turn to the next journal page, just like we started with a blank one, and I want you to label it the beginning, the middle, and the end, or BME. And I want you to draw for me what happens at the beginning of Lacey Walker Nonstop Talker, what happens in the middle, and what happens in the end. And I'm going to give you a hint about this one. Lacey Walker learns an important lesson in this story, okay? In the beginning, she's talking a really lot. I mean, she doesn't even let anybody else talk, and she doesn't learn anything at school because she's doing too much talking. So in the middle, she loses her voice and she's not able to talk as much. But because she loses her voice, she learns a few lessons at the end of the story, and you will see. So what I want you to do is I want you to listen to Lacey Walker Nonstop Talker, and then I want you to try to draw a picture of what happens. And you know what would be cool? Is after you're done drawing that picture of what happens, have mama or daddy or grandma or aunt or somebody that's helping you with your homework to take a picture of that and text it to your teacher. You know why? Because we would love to see how hard you're working. I hope that you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed Storytime with Miss Johnson. Have a good day, babies. Bye-bye.